Smita, Sneha, Vaibhavi, Vaishnavi, Vaishnavi Pragati, okay. Vasudev, Viresh, Vidya, Vijay, Vikas, Virupakshappa, Vikas is there. Fazia, Hitesh, Sonali, Aishwarya, Alfan, Aman, Bhushan, Navid, Diksha, sorry, Dikshita, Pooja, Pooja Sanadi, Shivani Gaude, Shubham, Smita, Steffi, Sushmita, Bhagyalakshmi, Sakib. Okay, all right. Okay, so we'll first thing is like for this semester, you will have 1 month of online classes, and I want to tell one thing is be little bit serious. The last semester, like you could able to get away with the examination and all those things, and this time it is definitely going to be offline. Your exam is going to be offline, so maybe in a month, October 1st is the plan. So classes will start. So initial classes, online classes, we have reduced the number of classes, only 3 classes per day. You should be very serious, like whatever has been taught, you have to go through it, so that when you come to the offline classes, the continuation will be there. So that seriousness you have to bring in a little bit. So that is the little change you have to do. And regarding the subject, this web technology, what do you understand by the web technology? So the subject name is web technology and its applications, and code is 17CS71. What do you think the web technologies? You can put your answers in the chat. So, like whatever you think, what is web technology? First, we will try to understand what is this subject, how it is useful, what are the different applications. When you understand the question why we need to study this, then you can set your goals. Then it will learning becomes fun and easy. So, what do you think the web technology is? If you want to answer, you can unmute and answer. If you want to just whatever the thoughts you get, you can put it in the chat. What is a web technology? Anybody? About creating web pages and building websites and hosting and managing it. Ravi, yes, you are correct, some part of it. Web tech is related to rendering web pages. Okay. Ketan, web tech deals with the websites. Okay. Shreyash Kumar, sir, it refers to the means by which computers communicate with each other using a markup language and multimedia package. Okay, you got a little bit insight. Okay, anybody else? You can just think about web technology and the mobile technology, right? Those two are two different technologies. So when you do that comparison, you will come to know like, okay. Okay, that those are the good example, the insights. These are like web technology is like a elephant, and the whole different parts. Somebody said it is a website, web page, communication, right? Multimedia package. All this come together, and it becomes the web technology. So web technology, in simple terms, we use the uh, internet as a medium to build our applications. So our applications will be running on the web. Okay, so World Wide Web, www, that is the basis on which the application will be built. And when these applications are built, one thing is like when you said website, it is correct. Web pages, okay, it deals with a client. So you will have a you can take about a simple example we can take is our college website. Okay, our college website, when you log into that, so what you will have, you will need a web browser. Okay, web browser is the a program that will run on the individual devices. It could be a laptop or a mobile devices or any kind of a tablet. So we have a program, browser is a program which runs on these different devices, and it acts as the front face or the UI for our web applications. So that web application, the browser, when you type the URL, okay, what is a URL? You can type in if you know what is a URL. Why do we need URL? Yeah, uniform resource locator, that is a full form. What why we need a URL is it uniquely it is a network, and each server, each device connected to the network, it will have a unique ID. So actually it is identified by the IP address. What you are typing in the URL, it is a domain. So we will have some domain name server, DNS server will be there. Whatever you are typing in, let's say you are typing www.google.com. What happens is this google.com is mapped with the IP address, and it is a unique server where the request will be sent. When you are typing www.google.com, there is a DNS server. We will look into that later. The DNS server will give the what is the associated with the associated IP address, and it will route your request. So web browser, you are using the URL, and when you make that request, so browser is the one which will make a request to the server. And where is the server located? The google.com, that is the web server. So when certain requests, let's say you are requesting for you are in our college website, and you click on the computer science department, where it will shows the information about the computer science department. When you make that click, first thing is when you type the URL of our college, and when you hit, it will load the default page. The page will come, okay, and it is it will come as a response from the server. That HTML will be displayed, and let us say you click on the department button. When you click on the department button, the request is sent over the network. Okay, so the we will see what is a network, and some of the network aspects we are going to see in later classes. And that through the network, that request will go to the server, and whatever you are requesting, whatever the client, what is the client here? Browser. Your browser is the client. It will take that request, and it will give the a page. Department, computer science department has a page, it will respond, it will give a response. That response is taken by the browser and it will display the computer science department information. So this is how, this is a very simplest of the applications. So why we need web application? So web application, it can be run on a simple browser, right? Just to compare with the mobile technology, mobile applications can be built using the mobile technology and it can be used as an app on the mobile devices. Similarly, the web applications, they are they can be run on any kind of a browser and any kind of a device which supports the browsers. So that is the main idea behind this web technology. So throughout this modules, we are going to learn different aspects about the web. So this information, there is a the module starts with the HTML tag. I'm not going to start with the HTML tag. Before you start with the HTML tag, you need to have a basic understanding. So whatever I have just explained about the web application, client request goes through the network, you get the response. All those things we are going to see before we start with the HTML. Okay, we will see what is HTML later, and before that we will understand the whole 9 yards, how the web applications are built. So the example just now I gave is called as a it's a our college portal. Do you know any idea about the website and the web application? You can post your answer in the chat session. What do you think is a website and what is a web application? What is a website and what is a web application? Collection of web pages is a website. Web application, okay. Website is rendering a markup language. That is correct. Okay. So it is too early to answer all these questions. Just I'm not expecting for the exact answer. My intention here is you should be, you are already exposed to these things. You have to put those things in the right places, right? Most of the time, website, what we call is a website is a lightweight. Okay, web application, user can interact in the web page. Okay, that is good. Integration of websites in application. Web application is a program downloaded and run by the browser through its cache. Web application is part of a website which uses API to run in an application to work with a different. Okay, good answers. Web application is an application software that runs on a web browser. Very nice. Okay, this basic difference is website and web applications. You can use it synonymously. Synonymously means almost both are same. Whatever we talked about the technologies that are involved, it is same for both. For our college website example, if you see our college website, most of the information is like a static, right? You click on the department, it shows the department information. You click on the faculty, it shows faculty information. So most of these pages are a static. Normally application is much larger than the website. When you put together some pages, some HTML pages, and there can be many pages, right? When you have most of the static information, we call it as a website. Web application will be having more functionality. As some of you said, it will have a lot of user interactions. For example, for the web application, what we call as a web application is, you can say Flipkart, okay, or Amazon, where you do the transaction, you add to the cart, you search, you do lot of things, right? So those are more, the functionality is more, that is called as a web application. So but you can use it synonymously. Website, you can say it is a lightweight, okay, lightweight application, and web application is a heavy application with lot of functionality. So for example, is a one is a e-commerce site, any e-commerce site, railway ticket booking, right? That website, lot of functionality will be there. So these are the, we call it as a web application, but both are done on a similar tools and technologies required. both will be having the same. One is very static, which takes very less interaction with the users. Like for example, our college website, we have very few interactions that are allowed, like maybe grievances, or if you want to send message, things like that, very limited. And web application will have heavy applications, right? Those are the heavy applications. Now we learned about the web technology, and we'll go through the syllabus. Before going to the syllabus, the book that is prescribed, the textbook for you, is a Fundamentals of Web Development, Randy Connolly and Ricardo Hoare. So this is the book. I will just show it. This is the one book that is sufficient. Okay, this is the book. It is available in library. You can just okay, when you are done with studying this subject, I am very sure you will be able to build web applications. Okay, at least website is 100%. Website can be built in like after few, even if you go through the module 1, HTML, CSS, things like that. Once you understand that, you can have a very small application website, like similar to website. You can have some pages, and we'll talk about XAMPP. Okay, that is the server. You can install it on your laptops, and you can make your laptop as a server, and it would be like your laptop is server as well as the client. So when you open the browser in the local host, you can run those application, whichever application you build, you can run that. We will once we go through little portion, we can have that as an exercise, or once we complete the module, you can try what is a XAMPP. Okay, XAMPP server, how to it will tell about how to start with a simple page, first page, my first page. If you say like you want to host the first page on your local host, just Google XAMPP server. Within like a few hours you can download, within few hours you can launch your first page on the local host. So for the syllabus is concerned, module 1, module 1 is introduction to HTML. We will see what is HTML. There are so many HTML tags, and also I will give some of the resources that are available online, which is very good resources for the HTML. Just I will show that. Can you see my screen? Some anyone can respond on the chat. Just
No, sir. No.
just wait for a little bit. Maybe you will. It will. There will be a little bit delay. Anybody is able to see? Are you able to see? You can speak up. Anybody can speak up if anybody is able to see. Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. 1 second. Let me try again. Are you able to see now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Mm, For me, it is saying the screen is being shared. I will try to share the just the window. Hold on. Yeah, I am doing that, Ravi. I have stopped and resharing. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm getting some kind of a error on my side on the sharing. Okay, so maybe in the next session I will show some of the online resources. Or what you can do is, so I'm getting some kind of error. Can't share your screen. An unknown error has occurred. So let me check. I will work out on that in the next class. Okay. Some of the online resources are there is something called as a W3 schools. You can search in Google. You can say W3 schools and HTML. Some of you might be already aware. Okay, W3 schools HTML. And for the initial part of the your web technology, you don't need any special softwares. Notepad is fine, and any browser is fine. You can try out all the HTML tags. Everything will be no special software requirement is there. And if you search W3 schools HTML, there are a lot of tutorials are there, information is there, and he also provides where you can run your code. So I will show that in the next session. The module 1 talks about the introduction of HTML. What is HTML and where did it come from? HTML syntax, semantics, semantic markup, structure elements, and HTML we will go through all of them. HTML5 semantic and semantic structure elements. Then we have introduction to CSS. So that's a style sheet. We will see what is CSS, how CSS will help us in improving our website. So that basically HTML, using the HTML tags, you can have a basic page. Okay, basic web page you can have. It provides you with a lot of tags. You want to create the text box, you want to create button, or you want to have the text areas, so you want to show the images, you want to show the links, right? Hyperlinks, all those are possible using the HTML tags. After learning the HTML tags, we can have CSS using the basic HTML tags. Then we will learn about CSS. What is CSS? CSS syntax, location of styles, selectors, the cascade, how styles interact, the box model, CSS text styling. So the first module purely focuses on the client side. So for the web application, we have a client, okay, and we have a network, and we have a server. Client requests, okay, request for some resources, and server takes that request through the network, and then it serves the whatever the requested, it serves the response as a HTML. So whatever is requested, it is given back to the client. So what web application in a very basic way, how you can think about it's a restaurant. Okay, so in a restaurant, we call a person who takes our order, we call him as a server, right? So you are a client, okay? You are giving a request to the server. Let's say you want something, you say, I need this food. And that person goes and he makes sure that whatever you have requested is prepared, and he brings back to you to the your table. So whatever you requested, it comes to your table as a response. The only difference in this analogy is like here server himself is a network. So in case of web application, we have a client. So any web browser on any device is a client. It makes a request through the network. So in between the client and the server, we have a network. The request goes through the network and the response comes to the network. And who gives the response? Server gives the response, and client will display the response. So first part, this talks only on the client side, HTML side. So your web page side, whatever is required, it talks about that. Module 2. So this is first HTML. We talked about the basic tags. In the next, we have advanced HTML tags, HTML tables and forms. Forms is like the uh, Google form, right? That is a one kind of a form. So Google has made it very easy for you to add whatever you require and create one web page. Okay, so that is exactly a web application. There you are not building, you are building that Google form on top of the Google platform. Google gives the Google form, he gives all the different types of elements, let's say text box or a drop down or for showing images, and uh, at the end you will see the submit, right? When you submit, so it goes to the server. So whatever the kind of forms we create, it will have that kind of a application. So Google form is one example. So where here we can make our own forms using the HTML forms, introducing tables, styling tables, then introducing forms, form controls. So basically form, any kind of a form that we can build, and we can submit that form to the server. For example is like examination form. So maybe recently you did that. So that form, when video created, they have created their own way using the form. When you do the submit, whatever the information is on the form, it is posted to the server, and based on what kind of a response you will get, maybe your application is accepted, rejected, that kind of a response you will get, and all that information will be stored on the server. So how to store the information on the server, that is another part. We will in the next subsequent classes we will talk a little bit about that. Then micro formats, advanced CSS, layout, normal flow, positioning elements, floating elements, constructing multi-column layouts, approaches to CSS layout, responsive design, CSS frameworks. Okay, so those are the some things we learn predominantly on the client side, module 1 and module 2. And module 3, JavaScript. Anybody can tell me what is a JavaScript? What do you understand? I'm not still we are going to learn in this, but if you have any idea, JavaScript, where it is used, any example would be fine. Okay. JavaScript, for your information, it is a scripting language. So we can have that script running on our the client, that is the on the web browser side, or we can have JavaScript running on the server side. Yeah, it can be used both, because that's a good answer. It can be used as a on the client, and normally we use the JavaScript on the client side for the validation, local validation. For example, suppose a certain field has to be a number, right? You have created a one box as age, and you want only the number there. Instead of creates interactivity. Yes, it creates interactivity. That is correct. So one option is there is one field I told, age. Age is a number, and you don't want anybody to type any alphabets there, isn't it? It has to be a purely a number. One way is like when you say submit, when you submitting the whole form, this particular field will go to the server, and server will check whether it is a number or not. And so when you submit that form, it will go over the network, go to the server. Server will check, oh, this is not a number, somebody has typed the alphabets, and response will come back and it will say invalid age. Instead of we don't want to have a round trip with the servers if we can manage something on the client side. So checking the number is very easy, so we can use the client side scripting, that is a JavaScript on the client side on the web browser, and there itself we can check even before submitting it to the server. You will check there itself and it will say it is not a it the field is only numbers are allowed in that particular field. So we can use a scripting language like that. We can use it on the client side as well as the server side. JavaScript client side scripting. What is a JavaScript and what it can do? JavaScript design principle. Where does JavaScript go? Syntax, JavaScript objects, and JavaScript already you have an idea of object oriented programming that will help a lot in understanding the scripting. It is not a very, it's all these technology that we are talking are very simple technologies. Only thing is you need to have an understanding which one fits where. And one most important thing about this particular subject, going through this regularly, is the many of you when you do the projects, you do the web-based application. So what are the so far whatever the projects we have seen, either it is a web-based application or mobile-based application or machine learning related, data science related. Okay, so these are the different category. If you are interested in building the web applications, this subject is very very useful. Okay, you have to think about that because you are going to have to work on the projects. You can start learning if you are planning to build web application. This is the starting point where you can, and not only for your project, in future also if you want to become a web developer. Okay, it will help you. Okay, next is the document object model, DOM. Okay, DOM is very important concept. We'll see what is DOM. JavaScript events. Okay, there are different events. We are going to see that. Forms, introduction to server-side development with PHP. In the module 3, the first part still the JavaScripting is a client side. 2.5 module we talked about the client side, and then it starts. One second, please hold on. Okay, sorry for that. Are you able to hear me? Just say, some of you can say yes in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we were discussing about the module number 3 on the server side. Okay, so on the server side, introduction to server side development with PHP we have, and many of your seniors, they have developed their projects using PHP, PHP, MySQL, and the XAMPP server. So this will help you in your project. What is server side development? A web server's responsibilities, quick tour of PHP program control functions. Module 4, PHP arrays and super globals. Arrays, dollar underscore get and dollar underscore post. This is basically get and post. We'll see into that. Then dollar server arrays, dollar files arrays. Okay, this is all on the server side PHP classes. We are going to see object oriented overview, classes and objects in PHP, object oriented design, error handling and validation. What are errors and exceptions? Okay, PHP error reporting, PHP error and exception handling. So basically it's on the server side, all the how we do the development on the server side, how the error handling happens, how the exception handling happens. All those things will go in the 4th module. Next, module 5, managing a state. Okay, the problem of state in web application. So we'll see what is a state and how do we have to manage the a state. So some of the applications will require like it goes in a sequence where we have to remember the what was the previous state in order to get into a next state. So managing states will be helpful in there. Then passing information via query strings, passing information via URL path, cookies, serialization, session state, HTML5, web storage, coaching, advanced JavaScript, and jQuery, JavaScript, pseudo classes, jQuery foundation, Ajax. So Ajax is a like we will see that for the asynchronous calls, it is very useful. Asynchronous file transmission, animation, backbone, MVC framework. MVC is the most of the frameworks that are available. They use the MVC framework. So it is a model view controller framework. We will see that. XML processing. What is a XML? We'll see how to process it. And web services. We'll see what is web services. XML processing, JSON, overview of web services. So these are the things we are going to study, and lot of good technology, at least how to begin with on certain web application development. Whatever is required, everything has been included for your syllabus. So if you go through all this properly, you would be able to build very good applications. Okay, so resources like for as and when we talk about the different, we are moving from HTML, CSS, then we have JavaScript. So we would require different things, and PHP is there. Okay, we would need a XAMPP server. As and when we proceed, I will be explaining you about how you can write application there, how you can write code there, how you can execute, how you can see the output. So all those things we are going to discuss, so that you can have a steady learning from the module 1 until the module 5, where and when you are done with the module 5, you will be understanding the whole 9 years about the web application development. Okay, is that clear? Okay, any that was the thing for today's agenda for me, just to make you comfortable with web application and understanding the importance. What is the importance of learning this particular subject? It's not only as a VTU theory subject. It is like you. It is a skill. You are adding a new skill. So tomorrow you can say, I am a web developer, or you can help others. You can volunteer, or you can provide your services to anybody for web application development. After learning this subject, you will be adding one skill to yourself, where you can build websites. You will be capable of doing that. And other than that, one thing what is required is that you should understand the whole chain. In the next sessions, we are not going to start with the HTML. Before HTML, we will talk about the whole. Today I gave a 10,000 feet overview. Next classes, the web application, we will go in a little bit more detail about each of these aspects of the web application development. And then maybe it will take a few classes, very important classes. It will give a basic foundation. If somebody has missed today's class, please inform them. Even if you continue with the next class, you will understand how web applications is built. First, you should understand end to end, right? From client side to server side, how it does. And then you dig on to the how client side is development is done, how server side is development is done, then how to install the various servers, um, how to set up, configure, all those things you can learn one by one. But for understanding the subject, the next few classes where I will take you through the whole 9 yards, how the idea of the network started, when it started, how it progressed, little bit history about the network, and how it progressed until the technology, what the web technology is today. So we are going to talk briefly about that, and then we will start with your first module. Okay. Okay. Any questions from today's class? Was it helpful? Today's class, was it helpful, like getting at least few things how the web applications will be developed? Okay. Okay. All right, good. Okay. So and from your placement perspective also, I'm going to take one session on your placement, because I went through, like I talked to some of you regarding the interviews and things like that. So there is some confusion, because you are how IT industry works, how the questions are framed, how much specific you have to be in answering all those things, and how the IT organization is structured, and how the recruitment process happens. What are the different aspects of the selection criteria, like how candidates are selected. So all those things we will have one session, 1 hour session. Basically I will give you idea about. One of the thing is like when you are now, you should be expert in at least C and Java. Okay, I have already told that. Expert in C and Java. When you are say expert, you should be knowing very minute details, like for example, what is error, what is exception. Both are not same. So when that question, you should not be with a mindset both are same. So those fundamental things should be very clear. And even if it is not clear now, from today you can start working on that. Okay, for the web technology also, be serious. Whatever has happened in the past, it is done. So from today, if you are very serious about it, this web application, this particular subject can make you a skillful person. You can build a application, and also it will help in your placements. How it will help in the placements? You can have your application built. You can showcase that. Okay, you can put those links. Okay, that will definitely carry lot of weightage. Okay, that's it for today's session from my side. Any question from today's session? Any question? Then I will take that question. Then we can close this particular class. Okay, any questions? No. All right. Anybody has missed their attendance? If starting of the class, I took the attendance. If your name is missed, you can post it in the chat, and I will take that attendance. Okay, so there are no late joiners. That is fine. All right. Thank you. In the next session, we will start with some fundamentals. Next few, at least it will take 3 to 4 sessions. That is basics, understanding the whole 9 yards of the web application, and then we'll come to module 1. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I will end the session. You may leave now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.